And we back. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another podcast. Got the boys with me. Let them introduce themselves real quick, starting from the top.
All right, yo, what's up? This is your boy Kenny D's Nuts again. Love that name. Love that name. Go follow me on TikTok. Go follow me on Instagram, and go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please, I need the subscribers.
Randy Horton. Yeah, guys. Anybody watching? If you haven't seen me yet, my name's Chris. If you follow Axe on TikTok, my username is Fatboy Schaefer. So I like to post a lot about wrestling. So if you're wrestling fans, let's talk. I enjoy, like we were just talking about. I love meeting new people who like wrestling. Like Axe just said, a lot of us grew up. We didn't have a lot of friends that could talk wrestling. So join us.
So let's get this started. Because I'm sorry I can't get this out of my mind. Fastlane.
That's what I want to talk about. Let's go.
Fiend finally making his return.
Yes.
Now, I thought it was perfect. I loved the whole match. I didn't really like the beginning of it with the whole blood spewing again. Like, for me, that was getting old. But the way it happened, it was just... Love you. But the way it happened, like, listen, my idea was Alexa was going to be on the floor. Randy was going to go for the punt kick. You're going to have to kick me out my life. And I thought he was going to go for that punt. Lights go off. Fiend was there. That hand coming out the ring surprised the shit. I don't know if you guys saw my reaction.
I seen your reaction.
I saw it.
I was ecstatic because I was like, this has to be when he returns. There's no way that they build this match up and the Fiend is not coming back. I had my Firefly Funhouse shirt on. I was ready. That's all I watched for, really. I wasn't interested. The only other thing I was interested in that whole show was the Roman Reigns Daniel Bryan match. But I was like, I want to see the Fiend come back. I miss that man. I miss him on my TV. And when he came back, he came out of the ring. And I expected was at some point the lights were going to go out. He's going to come back, just like the normal. We got him coming out the ring again with he sticks his hand out, and it's all burnt up.
Yeah,
like Freddy Krueger hands. Like
I don't know,
man. When he popped
I don't know if you
up,
were paying attention, like because I've noticed they've been doing this through certain things. Did you hear the crackling noise though when his arm, like the crispy crackling noise? Like if he was still burning, bro.
Yeah.
Like if this whole time the man was still burning underneath the ring, it was just. Did you expect it to end that way though?
I don't know what I really expect. I expected him to look different. I didn't know how drastically different he was going to look. I think he looks good.
Yeah.
And if you've seen online, there's a lot of hate for the new look. And I don't understand it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a big horror movie fan. So This kind of is like something I like. I thought I like something different from wrestling every now and then. So like I've always been into the Fiend stuff. And I think he looks really good, man. The whole look just looks really good. Now, honestly, personally, I hope he doesn't stay that way forever. Like, I mean, he's obviously not. There's no way he can. Yeah. But like, because I do like the classic Fiend look. But I mean, for this feud and for the foreseeable future, I think he looks pretty damn good. I can't wait for the match at WrestleMania.
Go ahead.
I was like, the Fiend better come back with a new look or we're all going to be pissed. We're all going to be angry. And then I would have been like, so what was the point of burning the Fiend? What was the point of setting him on fire? As a matter of fact, you know what? It's not the first time Randy Orton has set anybody on fire. Because remember last time he set somebody on fire was The Undertaker. So this wasn't his first time. So anyway, when he came out in that hole, I had a little bit of flashbacks of Kane, of course. And when he came out with that mask, I was like, excellent. That is the best right there.
Yep.
Best mask. He's half burnt. He has that mask a little bit, and he looks like scary. Like he looks like he looks like he looks like Freddy Krueger, like you guys said. And then he had that eye contact like Jeff Hardy has. This is eye contact.
That was the first thing I noticed when he showed his face.
Yeah, his eye.
His eye. I don't know if you guys watched Friday the 13th.
Yes.
The one where Jason's mask comes off.
Yeah,
that's what I thought he looked like.
Yeah, that's pretty damn accurate.
I thought he looked like Chucky when he was burned.
As soon as I saw him, I'm like, oh, it's fucking Jason.
Chad, the Jim Ross voice. It is Jason, by God.
By God.
That's a family, damn it.
And that's the thing. That's why I think a lot of people are giving it hate because they see it similar to Kane, but I don't really see, because when I saw that happen, I didn't really instantly think Kane because that happened so long ago.
Yeah.
But
the only thing
for you guys, for you, you thought of Kane, so the other people that did too, they're like, oh, look at this bootleg Kane, this discount Kane. I'm like, I didn't think of Kane at all.
No.
Just like with the Undertaker comparison, I don't see the Fiend, and I don't think, or not even the Fiend, Bray Wyatt himself. I don't see Bray Wyatt and see the Undertaker. I don't really see these comparisons that people make sometimes.
It's the supernatural aspect, and a lot of people group that all together. And yeah. I agree with you. It's totally different characters. I mean, I feel like honestly, the Fiend character itself has so many layers. It's like an onion. You peel it back, you peel it back, you peel it back. There's just more and more. It's really interesting.
It is.
The one thing that kind of reminded me of Kane was just the pyro. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was just the only thing. That was it.
Now there's a rumor that supposedly, because somebody's saying in the comments about him looking taller and looking like he lost weight, there's supposedly a rumor that the Fiend that we see now may actually be Bo Dallas.
I could see it.
I don't believe it. But that's what a lot of people are saying. They're like, oh, he looks smaller and something. Like, it's been almost 3 months. He could have lost weight.
I was gonna say,
yeah. I thought he looked the same build, maybe lost a little weight. Like,
but that's the thing that's for me makes it obvious that it's him. It's the stomach area. He still has his gut.
Yeah,
Dallas doesn't have that type of frame. So I'm like, I get what you guys are going for. That would be awesome. You know, oh, it's Bo Dallas, and then, but no, I don't see that.
I don't either.
The one thing I also want to talk about is Drew and Sheamus. That should have been at Mania, like you said, Axel. That should have been at Mania.
That match was
it too.
That match was good, man.
It was good.
Like I said, not for the belt. If it was for the belt, it would make no sense because they weren't going to give the belt to Sheamus. But if it was just a non-title match, that match would have been good at Mania. I mean, it almost stole the show if it wasn't for the Fiend returning. I mean,
what else could you do? Oh, there's one thing I'm also happy about. Thank you, Jesus. Retribution is over. Oh, thank you, God.
I know Chris hit me up about this, so I want to see how he feels about this one.
So, first, before I dive into that, did we get any follow-up on Monday Night Raw about Retribution?
Nope.
Typical, right? Typical.
Because they think we didn't care about that. Because they think we don't care. It was on the pre-show, so nobody even saw that, right? Okay, Vince.
God, I just want Dominic Dijakovic back. I want Mustafa Ali to have something way better to do.
Yep. Because this looks cool.
Mia Yim could easily be put right into any feud on the main roster. Now, as far as Dio Madden, I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle.
Me neither.
Like, I just remember him getting his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar when he was on commentary. That's the last thing I remember. And Shane Thorne, I think would be best just going back to NXT. I mean, he was in Sanity, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so like, I mean, it seemed like they put this poor guy in faction after faction, and they failed Sanity on the main roster hard.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, I'm really happy. I hope they have good plans for these guys, especially Dijakovic. He was one of my favorites in NXT. him and Keith Lee just put on great match after great match. And they could just replicate that on the main roster if they wanted to.
And see, even with Maya, you got nothing to do with Keith. Do what you do normally, WWE. Just put them as a couple on TV, see what happens.
Oh God, please no, please don't.
I
Please
mean,
don't.
what else are they doing with this man?
Riddle at WrestleMania. Just found out that rumor's probably coming out really soon. Actually,
What's that?
him and Riddle.
Doesn't
Keith
look
Lee.
like, it looks like
Yeah.
Sheamus and Riddle.
It looks like Sheamus and Riddle to me. Was Sheamus hitting Riddle?
What is
with a
Riddle on
spear?
actually? What is Riddle smoking?
You ever seen the Loch Ness Monster? Has Drew ever been in your house? Or
Everybody just treats him
real?
like a child.
What is he smoking? I want it.
It's funny too because he did get fired from the UFC for smoking.
Mhm. Yeah.
He's got to be on something, but I don't
I
know.
was about to say, where is Keith Lee? Is he hurt?
Supposedly, he said sooner than later he's going to give his reason on why things have been the way they are.
Mm.
You know, him not being on the main roster. But the last thing I heard was Vince just lost the push for him. Like he just lost the feeling to do it, which makes no sense.
Makes no sense.
That's why I
I
wish
mean,
Triple H-
you put him in some stupid. What was this? Why'd they change his attire? I mean, I understand the music thing with the copyright with CFO, whatever his name was. I understand that shit happens, but why change his look? He was perfect. There was nothing wrong with him. It just pisses me off.
The one thing I thought was going to happen was, I know it's too late, he was going to join the Hurt Business. He was going to help Bobby Lashley gain the U.S. Still have the U.S. title back. But like I said, like Axel said, it's too late.
I don't see it.
Me neither.
Somebody said, do we think WWE will get sold considering the recent deals with Fox and Peacock?
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
Unless Vince has the guts to do it.
Who are he going to sell it to? It's going straight to Triple H once he hits the hay or whenever he finally has to give up, which won't happen. He's going to.
He can sell it to Disney.
Man, but this man is gonna go while sitting in Gorilla running a match. That's when he. That's when
Oh yeah.
go. That's
Oh,
when
yeah.
this is gonna go.
He's not letting go. I don't see that ever happening.
It's not. I understand what you mean with the deals and everything, but that's just for them to expand everything, you know. Especially with Peacock, but
Yeah, that Peacock, that's insane, man.
I got lucky.
I'm hoping that they have everything up and ready to go, like because not all the content's on there right now. And I know they say it could take like.
And it's just everywhere. There's not a.
Yeah, I hate the layout.
There's not a category for just WWE stuff. You got to search it up individually, and it's like.
Yeah, it's weird.
I got lucky because a lot of people said their WWE network wasn't working.
Yeah.
So mine was still working because I wasn't trying to do Peacock.
So when I messaged you yesterday about that video that you posted, and I wanted to go watch it, and you said it was on the network, and then I went to like go to my network on my TV, and it was logged out, and I didn't feel like trying to log back in, so I was like, you know what, whatever, maybe I'll try it on my PlayStation, but yeah, because I don't know if I canceled it yet or not, but I know I did sign up for Peacock, so
I did too.
I was like, I'm gonna have to do it eventually.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying I gotta sign up for Peacock eventually. So
I was gonna say on my Fire Stick, I checked if I had my WWE network, and mine still worked.
I had like over 300 people watching my live saying it doesn't work. Thank you so much. I don't want to watch it on Peacock. It keeps buffering. I'm like,
That's why I didn't get it.
I didn't have any issues out of Peacock.
That's what something. It's
I didn't have
50-50. I haven't used it yet, so I'm just hearing he said, she said. Some people are saying it's good. Some people are saying it's garbage. But of course, America is the only country WWE Network's going bye-bye. But whatever.
Whatever.
Oh, like one thing I also want to talk about. Finally, this is what I'm talking about. Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Let's go.
Speaking of that, before we get to her, you guys heard the rumor about WWE and their pettiness?
Yeah. like you say in your TikToks, it's some bullshit.
How are you gonna force this woman to choose between her man and WrestleMania, bro?
You know who she chose to choose.
But my thing, I don't know. I feel like those are just rumors because you have to look at it. I look at it like this: as petty as WWE can really be, it's Charlotte Flair. They have way too much stock in her as a talent to be like that. I feel like she is.
But they did take her off the poster.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm like, because they literally.
It's weird. It's so crazy. It's like, okay, take her off the poster. But then, like, yesterday, she's like, I have COVID. That's why I've been there. And I'm like, okay. Then I heard another rumor it was because she was filming a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, so what is it, you know? But when he asked for his release, that was my initial thought was like, how's that going to go?
Yep. I mean, he's gone, but
where?
I'd say, I mean, hey, you could put him in AEW and throw him with what's his name, Luchasaurus. You could put him with them in Jungle Boy. You could do it because I forget his name, but he had a gimmick where he wore a mask.
Yeah, I forget the name too.
Like, but
he owns that name. Like that's his.
And that's the other thing too. He's not going to be Andrade anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's I see him doing something. I mean, the thing is now is like, you know, you got Impact, you got the New Japan and AEW. They're all working together. So this very well could be a situation where he goes to one show, but he's on multiple different shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that just seems like the place to be right now. So
I don't know. And then supposedly there's rumors that she's supposed to be on SmackDown this week, and I'm like, but so what's really going on?
Yeah.
Because now, what is she doing at SmackDown? She's not going to be in the main title picture.
God, she better not be.
I hope not. Because I think it's just like, what are they doing? And it's so, like, I don't get it. And the last thing, I get it. People are saying, oh, well, he's being hard-headed. He doesn't want to learn English. Asuka is your world champion, and she still can't speak a lick of English except normal things.
Just a little.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear that as an excuse.
Yeah, it's not an excuse. You know, WWE, their problem is they're hoarding talent, and they don't have anything for half these people to do. And I mean, it's pretty common that we see Vince McMahon doesn't see the same talent that the fans see.
Mm-hmm.
You see it with Aleister Black.
No, why do you have to bring that up?
Well,
look at all the NXT call-ups.
But that's another thing of pettiness, though, because like I get it, you guys got to stop with holding grudges with other people just because they're in a relationship with somebody that left the company.
Mm-hmm.
They did it to Renee, and now they're doing it to Aleister Black with what's her name,
Zelina Vega.
Like I get it, fine. I agree with them. You're working with WWE. You're making money. If the contract says you can't make money anywhere else, you can't. But don't hold that against Aleister Black, bro. That's not his problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. She wanted to take the Twitch money, and then that's her business.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said it too. They did it to AJ Lee with CM Punk. It's like, bro, it's like they do it every time, and it's like, come on, man. Because y'all really want to lose Charlotte? Because Ric Flair was behind her on the whole situation. That's the other thing. Ric Flair done been in Impact. He done been in other promotions.
Yep.
His daughter could go to AEW and take over that whole division. Charlotte versus Britt Baker.
That would be a good match.
Come on. I don't care for all the title runs and everything they give her, but she's not bad.
No. Yeah. People say she's overrated, but she's still a good wrestler.
Yeah. She could do a spear better than any other woman I've seen. So.
Yeah. That's facts. But Rhea Ripley and Asuka, what do you guys think?
I think what I know. Night after WrestleMania, we will have a new Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion for the future, bro.
Oh yes, they have to do it. They have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think that match is going to be really good. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting match. I think it's going to be awesome. But Rhea needs to win, just like Bianca Belair needs to win.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. But on that topic, can I vent for a minute about how WWE just goes about their feuds and their title matches now, where someone comes out, they get on the microphone and say, hey, I want a title shot against you at WrestleMania. Okay, that sounds fine. No number one contender matches, no.
Yeah, notice they're starting to die. They're starting to die down with all of that. It's just random. It's just random.
Like, oh man, it's just like they just the Drew and Bobby Drew gets the title shot right away. I mean, I get the little bit of backstory was Bobby did cost him the title,
and he does have a rematch.
Oh, like it's.
But you had the story going on with Drew and Sheamus. The match at Fastlane. Okay, fine. You're always gonna have it being Drew and Bobby at Mania. Just make it a fucking number one contenders match.
Exactly.
Just to do it. And that's honest. I haven't heard of a number one contender match in so long.
Mm-hmm.
It's just somebody loses. Next thing you know, next day on the show, random person comes out and like he said, I want a shot at the title.
Like I beat you last week. I beat you 1, 2,
3 months ago. You remember?
That's one of my between that. The distraction finishes. I'm distracted, and they get surprise rolled up. The freaking those 3 things are killing me.
And even
it's the same thing every week.
And even with Raw, I don't know if any of you caught Raw. Jeff Hardy had a match with The Miz. I'm like, okay, fine, it's random, but wait a second, Jeff probably will finally get the win because it all makes sense. Miz has a match with Jeff Hardy. He did what he did to Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's going to come out, distract The Miz. Jeff gets a win. No. Bad Bunny comes out after he wins.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys had so much. I mean, I just really wanted Jeff to fucking get a win. But it's like, you guys, you used to do things like that. Where is it? Is it because the fans aren't here? Now you're not going to get the reaction you want from it, so it doesn't matter? No, it matters to me.
That could be one thing.
It's frustrating.
Speaking, okay, fine. You want to talk about Bad Bunny? My boy, Bad Bunny. He actually broke the guitar when he hit The Miz. I don't know what happened with The Miz's swing, but Bad Bunny broke the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting though, I thought it was going to be a tag team match.
Me too.
So did I.
So that adds a little bit. I mean, there's 2 weeks left. They could make it a tag team within, but it's interesting with the whole one-on-one thing. I don't know where that's going now because of his.
They must, if they do a one-on-one, they must have a lot of faith in Mr. Bunny.
They have a lot of faith in The Miz because of That just shows you though, because he can make it work.
He probably can, yeah.
I don't.
It's I feel like it should have been a tag team match because I think out of the whole thing, Damian Priest should have been getting the rub out of it.
It made sense,
and that's what I'm saying. I thought this was the way to get Damian Priest to actually taste WrestleMania. I mean, he's on the Raw roster. No, he'll just be a manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know how writers are. I don't know how they're.
Guys are the same people who gave a 12-year-old child of a referee in your company a championship.
That he had to vacate the next night.
That he had to vacate because he wasn't of age.
Nicholas, let's go.
He was of age when he won the belt, but after now you can't do it. You got to go to school and stuff.
Bring back Nicholas. He needs to win a 24/7 title from R-Truth.
The return we need.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. This right here.
Bow Wow coming to WWE. It's not going to happen. Again, he has I get that him and Randy Orton have beef, but I don't think it's going to happen. Probably not around SummerSlam time, probably. Unless they can be real, unless if it's possible, unless they're hiding it from us.
But does Bow Wow really have the clout to be coming to WWE like Bad Bunny does?
He's getting trained by Rikishi.
Yeah.
That's true. I still don't see it. He's going to go do something in AEW.
Like, I think those times are done. Like the whole celebrity thing. It's like you guys were so celebrities. We had, I want to say, a good year of a secret draw general manager and almost a whole year of celebrity guests every Raw. I don't know if you all recall that, but we had
I do. What was it, 2011?
Jack Nicholson. We had, what's his name?
Ozzy Osbourne. We had Mayweather.
You had what's his name who played Wolverine? Did a freaking skit with fucking Zack Ryder, bro.
Like Tyson.
Even Tyson made a comeback during that time. You had Pee Wee Herman. You even had the Muppets.
The Muppets! That's the best one!
You had Muppets running your show. Aren't you guys just burnt out on the celebrity?
I could do a lot. I could do without celebrities.
Oh my God! No, I forgot. You had Snooki in a match with Lake Cool
at WrestleMania.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Yeah,
weren't some other members of the Jersey Shore like on Impact or something like that?
Yeah, JWoww.
JWoww. If anybody in that show should have been on wrestling, I feel like it should have been Ronnie.
Nah, Ronnie couldn't do it. He would really knock somebody out, bro.
Situation.
Anytime I hear Ronnie, bro, all I remember is that scene when he knocked that dude out on the pier.
On the boardwalk, the dude just laying on the...
I told you, bro. Nah, bro.
Jersey guys. Oh my gosh.
Other than that show wasn't really for me. But anywho.
Not really, no.
Hey, look, it wasn't for me back then. But like, I'm not going to lie. My girl watches it, so I kind of watch it now. It's kind of, I'm not going to lie. I like to see where some of them ended up, like the situation. Like, he seems like a genuinely good guy.
He's built.
He's built, like, I mean, but I'm so happy for him, you know, like he went through it. Yes.
Making a TLC match.
Look at Vince.
Making a TLC match. I want to see it. I want to see him do the RKO off the ladder with them.
This beef has been so weird on Twitter, bro. It's like, what?
Oh, did you see Randy Orton's deleted tweet? When he said his wife didn't like the pin, maybe he was Soldier Boy.
I was going to talk about to you guys. I was like,
he's not going to let it go.
Like our truth. I don't even know if that's PG.
Nah, that's why. Yeah, that pin. But see, that pin right there shows that none of these fans are ready for the Attitude Era because they complained about it.
No.
I was talking to somebody and I'm like, they complained about that, but y'all not ready? Because I remember they reminded me too. ECW One Night Stand, when Edge pinned, I can't remember her name. He basically humped her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, legs up.
1, 2. And I'm like, you guys are complaining about this?
That's the same night he speared John Cena. Remember that?
Yeah, remember I control the podcast and I can pick you out.
Fans are just like the guy said. He said fans were so jealous. They wanted to be Randy Orton. They were doing the Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me.
I just want to know if that was written in, if that was just Alexa being just crazy, or because I don't know, because I gotta know what this man Orton was thinking when he was laying down.
Did y'all see my TikTok of Eddie looking at Wrestling Now, and that caption says, "What is this bullshit?"
It is bullshit. It's like, I don't even know. And then that's another thing too. Nick saying,
Edge
you guys,
turned heel.
you guys think Edge turned heel?
A little bit of yes and no.
We'll see on Friday. I think they can make it work. Like he plays it out like Daniel Bryan's trying to steal his shine, and he's like jealous or something. They may make it work, but I mean, like I don't want to boo Edge, you know. Like, I didn't want to boo Edge.
I mean,
I just wanted it to be Edge versus Roman.
I grew up on booing Edge, so I mean, I could dig it.
His comeback's kind of pointless now because Daniel Bryan got into the mix. And this is what I said to Axel. Maybe there's going to be Edge and Daniel Bryan go one-on-one. Whoever wins will face Roman at WrestleMania. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. But I could be wrong. He said there could be a triple threat, which we probably know that's probably going to be it. We don't want that. We wanted the money match. Edge and
this right here, though, is the truth. It is starting to grow on me. When I was watching that match between Bryan and Roman, there were points I wanted this man to win the belt. Because then at least the triple threat would make sense. Mm-hmm. Bryan wins the belt. Roman gets his rematch. Edge still has a challenge at the belt. Then the triple threat makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's starting to grow on me. But I'm sorry, who's ever on here, guys. Edge is walking out of Mania with the title.
Yes, he is. Yeah, it's gonna complete his comeback. It makes sense. Roman's tapping. I was screaming. It was like a little tap. It was like
But I think he fully turned heel. I mean, he did hit a baby face with the chair, but then he did hit the heel with the chair, but
he's kind of happy.
We'll see.
Only
time will tell.
You know what kind of makes me mad? That they have to use the sound effects, the crowd sound effects at the Thunderdome. That kind of ticks me off.
Actually, some of it is fan noise, but the other half is really the fans cheering.
Oh, okay. I really think it's
there's a guy who's on the Thunderdome the whole time, and he's telling you if Miz comes out, all right, guys, you gotta boo. If Bobby Lashley comes out, let's hear them cheers. So some of it is the sound effects, but some of it is really us screaming. Like, you should have heard me when I was on Raw. And that's the way to stay on the Thunderdome too, everybody. You gotta be interactive.
Gotta be active.
Because some people are like, oh, they kicked me out, and I'm like, I was on Raw in the Thunderdome for the whole night. But yeah, but on Raw, it's funny. When Strowman did his little go around the ring, they added train track effects.
What?
You didn't see that?
You didn't hear that, bro?
Tell me.
You didn't
just say that.
Because at first I was like, what the hell? Am I hearing shit? Because I live by a train track, so I'm like, is that the train right now? And I'm like, no, they really added a train sound. Oh my god, it was so cheesy. I'm like,
so PG.
Are we supposed to? We're supposed to really believe there's a train.
It's better than the exploding barbed wire match.
Oh man!
And said, "Choo choo." Oh, and everybody else who really thought Shane was really injured, y'all kill me.
Bro,
did anybody really think he was injured?
I was getting comments on my live like, "No, Shane really has a history of getting injured." I'm like, you can't be serious.
Yeah, I'm shutting that down. No, there's no way he got injured. That's
So the night of his match, he just randomly got injured, right?
Trying to do some MMA knee strike on a pad.
Like he's trying to be Daniel Bryan or friggin' Ken Shamrock or whatever.
And this whole angle is dumb.
It is.
It is as in Shane is calling Braun stupid. That's it.
Shane literally now has a shirt selling for him, and it's literally Braun Strowman's shirt with just stupid.
The way how I said it, like Randy Orton, stupid.
Stupid.
Braun. Like, come on.
So cheesy.
So dumb.
I know what we need. We need Shane McMahon back in another match at WrestleMania.
Shane.
Yeah, we need Shane.
Good
We
shit.
need to take him.
Good shit.
We're gonna make sure he jumps off that pirate ship.
He's gonna go right off the plank. Right off. I can hear it.
Right off the plank. Damn it, Vince. I bet the
I don't
writers
give
are
a
like,
shit.
I bet the writers are probably like, this motherfucker's crazy.
And here's another thing. The bullying stuff, right? Because this is basically bullying, right?
Mhm.
I forgot who I was talking to about this. Back when Bubba was on WWE and he wanted to bring his bully Ray.
Yes.
Oh, we can't do that because then people are going to think you're a bully. Now you're doing a whole story on your own son being a bully to somebody on how he's stupid. It's like,
It is.
It's like, if it's not like, oh, so now that John Cena's gone, all the kid stuff is out the window, right?
No, because this is a storyline I feel like is kind of tailored toward kids, like with the Nickelodeon slime.
You know what this is?
What was that? That's got
Just randomly had slime underneath the ring. Like, what?
So that means in the world of kayfabe, Shane before the match made that slime up and brought it down, stuck it under the ring. Yeah, makes total sense.
This
They
match.
already Gunner. That's who Jackson Ryder is. That's Gunner. Can you just let him go? Like, why did you bury this guy so bad? He needs to go back to Impact, AEW, do something. Like,
Who's that?
Gunner, you don't know from Impact? That's Jackson Ryder against with
Jackson
Elias.
Riker?
Yeah, that's with
Get
Elias.
him out.
That's
Get him
Gunner.
out. Get him
That's
out.
Gunner from Impact. Yeah.
He got buried. He did that to himself with his tweets. That was on him. He was getting called out by everybody. Yeah, he kind of did that to himself. Not that they were going to do anything with the Forgotten Sons, but I'm surprised he's still employed, to be honest with you. I thought they were going to release him.
I'm surprised Jeff Hardy is still employed.
Am I the only one thinking of Riddle talking to Shinsuke Nakamura right now? I had his cousin named Scooter. He had the wheels, and I was like...
And then he broke his skeeters, bro. And then he started walking like how you do in your entrance.
Oh, that's still in my head. I was like, what is Riddle smoking? I want some.
I need it. Whatever it is, I need it. But this whole match, though, with Shane and Braun, I really feel like it's just put into place because John Cena couldn't make it.
That breaks my heart.
Because Cena was supposed to have a match, so was Goldberg, and everybody thought it was Goldberg versus Cena. So that's a match off the card. And even with the Edge match, like this year, it was supposed to be Roman versus The Rock.
What?
Yeah.
Roman versus The Rock?
Because they were originally supposed to be in Hollywood this year.
I was going to say, they're saving that match for Hollywood.
It was supposed to be in Hollywood this year.
Yeah.
And I mean, it makes sense. Like The Rock, Cousins, Roman Reigns. Oh, you think you the tribal chief, son? What?
So if they do that storyline, Rock versus Roman,
Can't imagine.
Can they keep this momentum Roman has for a whole nother year? Is he going to keep the belt like that? It's the timing is off. It seems to me. I don't see.
And that's the thing, COVID, because that's the other thing. WrestleMania Hollywood isn't until 2 years.
Yep.
If it was next year's WrestleMania, okay, maybe, but you have to keep
right because it's going to be in
for 2 years.
Texas next year.
You have to keep it up for 2 years if you want to keep the Hollywood thing going.
Yep. And then, back to Goldberg. Wasn't he supposed to face Triple H? That was supposed to be also one of the main cards.
Oh, God. I'm glad I'm not getting that match.
Seriously, we don't need that.
We don't need that.
I don't need to see Goldberg. I don't need to see Triple H.
You don't like Triple H at WrestleMania 35?
I like Triple H, but after I sat through that in live watching Triple H and Batista, I wanted to go to sleep.
I was like, you were probably like,
It's just because Triple H always has the longest matches on the WrestleMania card. They just drag.
And that is another
I
reason.
wouldn't mind seeing. A lot of people were talking Triple H versus AJ Styles. That I wouldn't mind as much because AJ Styles is a lot quicker of a worker than like Batista or Randy Orton. Like something's got to give when it comes to Triple H, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't. Like, I'm not going to say he's never going to have a match again, but I don't see it happening for a while. Like, we got that little tease when he came on Raw, when Drew had COVID, and he had that little match against Randy.
Mm.
But nothing will ever make me forget the last thing I saw when him and Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker and Kane, and they're both in the corner looking like they're about to die.
Shawn
And,
Michaels,
and I think he broke a pectoral muscle in that match too.
Yeah.
So I think that's it, bro. Like maybe have one more if it's maybe at Hollywood.
Maybe. That's.
Which match don't you remember?
Are you talking about DX versus the Brothers of Destruction?
yeah, good. Don't remember that match. Please don't.
Listen, it's this pay-per-view called Don't Even Watch It. That was the name of the title.
Same
Don't
thing with
even watch
Goldberg and The Undertaker. Don't watch that either.
it. All that pay-per-view was just Vince trying to get some money.
Basically.
Even Shawn Michaels said it himself.
I did not need to see bald Shawn Michaels wrestle.
That broke my heart that he's bald. That breaks my heart so bad.
It breaks my heart that he came out of retirement and he said that he regrets it.
Yep.
Because you had so many other chances.
I don't think he should have retired at 26, but it made sense. But I don't think he shouldn't have. He had a lot more matches than him. We could have saw AJ and Shawn go at it and all that. We could have saw him got one more last title run.
We could have seen him against Daniel Bryan when he super kicked the shit out of Bryan.
Yep.
On that night of Raw.
Yep.
This was
Shame.
Childhood memories of Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I mean, that's true. It doesn't need the title.
It's very true.
I don't need The Rock to win the title. I don't. I mean, I don't mind seeing him in a match again. I just don't want. I don't want it to be a title match.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it to be a title match either.
He has nothing to prove to have one last title run.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it'll happen
It's
eventually.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't happen, that's a shame.
I can imagine Roman going for the spear, but then Rock catches him and hits a rock bottom.
That Roman has to win that match. That's got to be like The Rock's retirement.
Yeah, Rock would put him over for sure.
Yep. And this right here is the truth.
HBK should have stayed retired at Mania 26 percentage storyline. Percentage match. He had a couple more matches left in him, and he had one last title run. In my opinion, I think that could have happened.
I think if they were going to give him a title, I think they should have had him beat John Cena at WrestleMania 23.
Ooh.
That was a very underrated match.
It's a very good match. It's a very good match. And I understand they were trying to build – this is when they were still building Cena up. But I feel like that was the time for Shawn Michaels to have one last title.
Brian said, did he just say he put The Rock would put Roman over? Yeah, he would.
But yeah, I know what you mean. And in all honesty, too, I was a big time Cena fan, and I thought Shawn was going to walk out with the title. But, you know.
He carried the Ruthless Aggression era through the PG.
Yeah, but it's like, come on now.
Quick question. Shawn Michaels, his first part of his career or the second part? And when I say the parts, when he came back from injury.
You're talking when he came back and instant feud with Triple H?
Yes. From then until he retired.
Damn. Yeah, speaking of this, y'all in the comments, I want to hear your comments on this too.
Shawn Michaels. Wait, didn't he come back against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 19? Then had that amazing feud with Triple H?
No, I think the match he came back. It was instantly, I feel like, with Triple H.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was Jericho, wasn't it?
Because
No.
No, he came back to join the NWO, and then Shawn Michaels had
he's talking about
his
just
first
injury
match
wise.
back.
He's talking injury wise.
when he
So
had his back
basically,
injury.
what you really want to pay attention to is ladder match Razor Ramon to DX.
Okay.
So when he put Stone Cold over at WrestleMania,
Okay,
and then when he came back and started wrestling again.
Okay, I was a little confused. I was like, "Wait, what?" I thought you were
Yeah, I should have been a little bit. I should have been a little bit clear with that. But
Shawn Michaels.
Personally,
I want to hear what you got to say because
I will say the second part, and this is why. As great as the first run was, and it was great, involves a lot of crazy moments with DX, with everything with DX, with the Montreal Screwjob, the matches with Razor Ramon, his time in the Rockers, all great. But you're talking the second half of his career. He had that match with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. He had the matches with Triple H. The reformation of DX, which had its highs and lows, but gave us a lot of memories. And then two of the greatest wrestling matches, in my opinion, against The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 and 26.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's just part of it. I mean, like we said, the match with Cena. I mean, the match against Vince McMahon at WrestleMania 22
that was so
underrated.
entertaining.
And it's also a little partial because that I was watching more wrestling at that time, as of when I was like real young. It's hard, but
I'm gonna have to say second too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to because, like you said, the matches with the Undertaker, even because even with storyline wise, the storylines he was a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, I just feel
it was so much.
It kills me to say the second because that one match holds to my heart, Razor versus Shawn. But you're right, because then you could go back and be like, I didn't really care for the Shawn Michaels has lost his smile.
It was true though.
It was true. He did lost his passion for wrestling. But I'm gonna have to say, the second. It kills me. It would have been second immediately if he got to have a match with fucking Eddie. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, that would have been a great match.
Did you guys see me post? I guess I'm just too tough to cry, and it was memory of Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, I'm gonna have to say the same thing.
Second,
when he came back from the injuries and stuff, and like you said, Chris, DX reuniting, the best thing ever. They carried around 2006 and 7. They carried the Ruthless Aggression era too. John Cena did mostly, but DX also carried it the most. And that amazing match with Kurt Angle, I really love that match. That match will forever be number one.
Mm-hmm.
And the Undertaker match, I'm talking about the WrestleMania 25 match. Like, I could go back and watch that match all the time. And I was like, what a career this man had. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest entertainers, one of the best in the business. And I'm like, I really want to say his first two. I really want to say when he like the Razor Ramon match. I wanted to say that too. But I was like, Shawn Michaels lost his smile, like Axel said. And then Shawn Michaels' back injury that he got at the Royal Rumble in 1998.
That's it. All right, we're gonna.
Do you think absolutely not? Get out of here! Kick him out.
Do you think Big E is the one to dethrone Roman if Edge doesn't?
No.
I do.
No,
I can't because. Like I said, I keep hearing that the draft is going to happen after Mania, and I could see them moving the titles. I can see the U.S. going to SmackDown, and I can see the Intercontinental going to Raw. I feel like they need a new. I feel like, it needs to happen once in a blue. It would like, for instance, when The Miz was running everything on SmackDown with the Intercontinental Championship,
got
drafted to Raw. he brought Raw back to life, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was always great with that.
I thought the Shield brought back Raw.
Because I want to see Big E versus Keith Lee, man.
You really don't? It's
No, I
too
do.
late?
No, I do.
You said you do. I really want to see that too. I think that'll be the best feud. But who's going to be the heel?
I mean, listen, the things I'm seeing from Big E right now, Big E could be a heel.
I see a little bit. I've been seeing a lot
promos. But he's always been able to do that, though.
Yeah, always. He was great when he first came on. He was just a big dude just smashing people.
Just smashing.
Just fucking people up.
Let's see. So since we answered that, I got to talk about this. Now, nobody hates Cena here. Like, I've heard it before, but I really want to go in depth between storylines and everything. Your favorite John Cena. All time.
Favorite what? Favorite John Cena like character?
From the years, you got the Thugonomics John Cena. You got the Ruthless Aggression John Cena.
Oh.
You got the in-between Ruthless and PG, and then you have Fruity Pebbles John Cena.
Fruity Pebbles! I love when The Rock called him that. He's a little bitch eating Fruity Pebbles down his mama's basement.
And y'all say, listen, that
was so good. The storyline of that, The Rock and Cena, that was good. But if I had to choose one, I have to say the Ruthless Aggression era Cena for sure, because he was unstoppable. He was.
You mean like the Doctor of Thugonomics?
Yeah. So like Doctors.
So not the guy that came out and said Ruthless Aggression.
No.
Not the tights, man. Not the tights.
The tights. Just for the city's basketball team's colors.
Oh my tights. God, it was so cheesy.
But the rapping skills, though, the rapping mic skills were lit.
I had that album on CD.
I did too.
I listened to it constantly.
I did too.
Guys thought it was the best rap album of all time. You thought it should have been #1 on Billboard.
Oh my God! I honestly the other day was cruising down 95 listening to Bad Man.
What?
Bad Man.
Yo, bro. I had my Apple Music on shuffle, and that song came on today, bro. And I just let it rock because I'm like, at first I didn't really notice who it was, and then I heard Trademark. I'm like, is this fucking John Cena? Am I bumping some Cena like I used to, bro? This is embarrassing.
Do you guys remember when WWE 2K15 came out and he put them songs out with Wiz Khalifa, and they were just horrible?
I'm so glad that wasn't on the soundtrack.
It was supposed to be too,
but
it was supposed to be on the soundtrack, but they took it off.
I was gonna say, well, what happened?
Listen, all I know is Wiz smoked before that and didn't even care. He was
in that album that you guys were talking about, he was supposed to do a song with Snoop Dogg, but Snoop Dogg didn't make it. I remember there was a document. I think it was AE. I think it was channel. Snoop Dogg was hanging around with John Cena, and they were recording a song, and it was supposed to be on his album.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't know that.
We got Thugonomics.
I love Thugonomics, especially when Kurt Angle rapped Cena. Name is Kurt Angle, and what the heck? I want to go medal with a broken freaking neck. Yes.
The only
that slaps. That's slaps.
The only reason I say Thugonomics Cena is because
he was untouchable.
That's the only time we got a little taste of a heel Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how he feels like he did horrible with that gimmick, but nah.
No, he did great.
That's what made him.
And that's the thing. But I saw the documentary, and he was like, "If I could take it all back, I would." I'm like, "What? You did like what?"
Who is the greatest heel in WWE and AEW? AEW, I have to say Kenny. WWE, I'm gonna have to say Lashley.
Lashley's not a heel.
Is he not a heel or is he a babyface? I don't get it.
I don't see this man as a heel.
He's like a tweener right now.
Tweener, that's what it's called.
That's what it's called?
Tweener.
Yeah.
Okay, There we go. I was over here calling it a fucking hybrid.
A hybrid.
Tweener, that's what it's called. That was the Usos back then.
I don't feel bad because I saw the podcast with Stone Cold and Randy Orton, and they said the same shit. They were like, it's kind of like a hybrid. But there we go. That's what it's really called. There we go. But,
now, are we talking greatest heel right now?
Greatest heels?
I would think right now, because ever for AEW is not a.
It's got to be right now. Right now, the greatest heel in WWE right now, I think Roman Reigns is fucking killing it. I think he is killing it, man.
And the reason he's killing it is because that's what he should have been from the very beginning.
And also, I want to give a shout out to Randy Orton. I think he's doing some of the best work of his career right now, too. He's giving everything he does 110%.
All right. We all can agree.
Randy said it himself on the podcast. He even thinks this Randy right now is the best he's been.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a question for Axel. Were you cringing when Randy Orton was going through Jeff Hardy's ear hole and was like, especially in the Hell in a Cell match when he took the screwdriver and twisted it, and I was like, it was disgusting. That shows you how. That's how
like that. Where I'm like, am I really gonna sit here and think that Jeff Hardy's really off the drugs completely? Because you got to be on something to. Like he really was twisting his ear too. Like that.
That didn't look fun.
That shows you that how Randy Orton is sick as a heel, and he's like one of the best heels, hands down.
But for me, AEW, I'm gonna have to say Kenny and good old Britt Baker.
Britt Baker's pretty good. Best heel, I'm also gonna have to say Walter from NXT UK. He's doing really good. Those chops are real. I don't know how you can't fake that. You can't fake those chops.
I don't want to get chopped.
Oh, favorite. Oh, and shout out to you, Santiago. I see your picture with that Bad Bunny.
Favorite Randy Orton of all time?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
I'm going to have to say the Legend Killer. He was RKOing old women. He was RKOing Stacy Keibler. He was RKOing everyone.
Do you remember when Randy Orton RKO'd Hulk Hogan on the back of that car?
That was a botch, wasn't it? Was it a botch? Oh my god!
So.
Oh, dude, no, it was great. Like you just see Hulk Hogan walk into the car with, I think he was with his daughter. And Randy just comes out of nowhere.
18-year-old Brooke.
Oh my god, that was. I like the Legend Killer too, but like I also like Randy Orton, who's like just super unhinged. Like when he was like
original Viper.
Like when he first started that, like when he first got the Voices theme, and he was just acting crazy. I think that's my favorite, with the Legend Killer being right behind it. Man,
I got to say that one too, because that has my favorite storyline of all time: Triple H and the McMahons versus Randy Orton, bro. Like that Randy was.
Yo, he beat up Triple H, beat up his wife, kissed his wife. And then that just led to the most disappointing match.
Talk about this all the time. It was the best promo package, the best storyline, but a horrible match. Should have been a street fight, like Malik said.
Sad.
All right, here's one. Who's the best? All right, you're all going to hate me. Shawn Michaels or Eddie?
Listen, man. Rest in peace. But this man can have a match with a broomstick. I'm gonna have to go with Shawn Michaels.
What?
I'm gonna have to agree. And look,
no,
I love Eddie. I think he is just as great. But I think, and you know what? I think this conversation would be a lot different if Eddie didn't pass away too.
And that is,
I think the conversation would be totally different. As much as I love Eddie, I put him in my top 10 no matter what. Superstars of all time, but I think Shawn just he had something, and like I said, I think this conversation would be a lot different if he didn't pass. Unfortunately,
that's actually my biggest what if.
They would have had their match.
That's my biggest what if. What if Eddie never passed away? I wonder what they were gonna do. I wonder. Actually, before he did pass, he was actually supposed to win the World Heavyweight Champion from Batista.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was supposed to go. I think he was supposed to continue with his heel character.
Right there. Sorry, man. Shawn Michaels is the greatest in-ring performer ever.
Shawn Michaels is the greatest ring performer. I'm sorry. I know it's 2 out of 1, but I have to say Eddie. I'm sorry. But let me get this. Eddie grew up in a wrestling family. Eddie grew up, his dad wrestled. His brother.
Did Shawn Michaels come from a wrestling family?
No, that was Bret Hart.
That's all I got to say then. Greatest performer ever and did not come from wrestling blood. Listen, man. You got to think of everything too. Come on, man. You think of Shawn Michaels. You think of when he kicked Stan. You think when he walked up. You think of when he walked up to the podium and he was naked. You did like it.
I was young. I was stupid. You told me girl about that magazine.
As much as I hate it, you think about losing his smile. You think about him and The Undertaker, him and Ric Flair, Triple H.
I'd have to say Ric Flair. That was my favorite match too. But the way how that super kick
everywhere. Bret Hart. You can't say Shawn Michaels and not think about you know what.
Shawn is the king of petty as well.
I mean, did we all see that match against him and Hulk Hogan?
That's what I was about to say. Him and Hogan. And you know what? Hogan deserved that shit. He did.
Was anyone laughing when he was selling like crazy, Shawn Michaels?
Oh, everybody was laughing.
The crowd was laughing too. The crowd was like,
it was so great.
Oh, I was listening to I was watching a YouTube video. It was top 20 moments of the crowd taking over. And number one was Shawn Michaels at Montreal. When he was freaking like, "Who is your dad?
Who's your daddy, Montreal?" That was so good. Oh,
and then Bret played the Bret Hart music. You thought Bret was gonna come out?
He just played everybody.
Let me say something about Bret Hart, though. That man has the biggest heart ever. Because if it was me, I'd have never came back for your ass. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you would have gave me a Intercontinental Championship run, a WWE Championship run. You, bro.
Honestly, I wish he would have, because I didn't need to see him wrestling jorts.
Exactly.
He could barely move.
Jordans and shorts and a big-ass leather jacket. They put this man against Team Nexus. Like, that was like, okay, we get it. You apologize. You're sorry. This is too much.
Yeah, I did not need to see that.
Who did he made Bret general manager.
Who did he beat for the championship?
Huh?
Remember he won the United States Championship?
Oh my God! Why did you bring that up?
I had forgot about that.
Why did you bring that up? Because that's what I forgot.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't care if you would have gave me, because they gave him that. They gave him the SummerSlam match, the main event. They gave. I'm not coming back for nothing. I think he did vacate it. Won it and then vacated it. Like what was the purpose?
Like Nicholas, they won it the next night. He won the WrestleMania tag. He won the Raw Tag Team Champions. They vacated it the next night. Hey, Nicholas is undefeated.
Listen, man, that's just bad. Let's see. Exactly. Bret was looking like a grandpa, bro. He had the shades. He had the long gray hair.
You know what I felt bad for?
Long gray hair.
I felt bad for when they brought back Roddy Piper when they were wrestling. Remember when he was teamed up with like Ric Flair and
he was all fat and shit?
Yeah.
Bro, what is the purpose of this?
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Roddy Piper's my top heel. He's number 3.
Roddy Piper.
Rest in peace. Childhood memories. Childhood memories. What do you guys got? Oh, I remember one.
I was talking about from wrestling wise.
Wrestling wise? Childhood memories? Oh.
My childhood memory is my grandmother covering my eyes because Stacy Keibler went on top of Vince's desk, which was randomly in the fucking ring. But I thought all this shit was normal, and her just dancing, and yeah, we all know the rest.
And then Vince falling off that chair. I bet he does that when he watches Roman in his matches. He's probably like that too. When I was at my dad's when I watched that, and he didn't cover my eyes. He showed me like this. He's like, "You see, son, this is how women approach men." But he was joking though. My childhood memory, I have so many. It's actually a funny moment. The commercials that Eddie and Chavo did. My favorite one was when he went to go play golf. When they went to go play golf.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, they said we want to. I just come over here that we can do a foursome. Eddie took it the wrong way. A foursome? You guys are sick. We're here to play golf. Eddie was so entertaining. He was so good. He was that's what I love. That was a childhood memory of mine. And also another childhood memory of mine was, actually, you're gonna hate this, when Edge cashed it in on The Undertaker. I was mad too. I hated Edge as a kid as well. Boogeyman eating. You're sick, bro. You're disgusting. That's even worse than Katie Vick storyline.
No, nothing is worse than Katie Vick's story.
Boogeyman biting off Jillian's mole off of her mouth, off of her face. Yes, that was even worse.
What about you, Chris? One thing you can remember from wrestling when you were a child, man.
Just when I was a child, oh my god, there's so many, man. I can't even think of just one, but
Axel.
I'm waiting.
I'm literally just I'm.
This is why I'm doing this. I want to see if he could just open like my memory real quick.
So like everything you think of, every time I think of childhood memories in wrestling, I just, for some reason, this isn't a wrestling moment, but this is something I like to talk about all the time, because I don't know if you guys have seen my TikTok about my dad and what my dad looks like, how my dad looks like the Big Show. And one time, yeah, so I'll have to send it to you guys or tag you in it. But my dad, he's a big guy. He's not 7 foot tall. He's like 6'4". He's got the bald head. He had the goatee. We were in Walmart one time just shopping, and this little boy runs up to my dad. He's like, "Wow, it's the Big Show." He's got like this WWE shirt on. And oh my god, he
should have done the.
He shook the little boy's hand. He made this kid's day, and it's something.
It's the Big Show. I was thinking.
It's something I always think about.
You should have said it's the Great Khali.
But one thing I can think of as a kid, watching wrestling, when Edge cashed in Money in the Bank on John Cena at New Year's I remember being I remember because I didn't order the pay-per-view. You know, we didn't have money like that. But my dad would always look up like what happened, and he'd tell me, and he was like, "Are you sure you want me to tell you?" So I knew something happened.
My brother
I was a huge John Cena fan. I had a door poster of John Cena in my room, right next to the one of Ashley Morasso, half naked in my room. Rest in peace. But yeah, so he told me that, and I was just so pissed. It ruined my fucking day. I had to go into 6th grade all pissed off.
My brother had to tell me what happened. He goes, I said, "Oscar, what happened with Cena? Did he retain his title?" He goes, "Yeah, but you're gonna hate this." I was like, "What? Tell me." He goes, "You know Edge, right?" He goes, "Yeah." You know how he has that black briefcase, right? Because I didn't know what Money in the Bank was, so he had to say black briefcase. So he said he cashed that in. He gave it to Vince, and then he speared John Cena. I was like, "What the?" And then I was pissed too. We were all pissed. Another childhood memory of mine is also when Rey Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania 22.
Guys.
Oh, here we go.
That's a great memory.
Here we go.
I just thought of one that always makes me laugh, and me and my friend always joke about this. When Kurt Angle was the general manager of SmackDown, and Big Show was on his crazy tear, and he chokeslammed Kurt Angle off that ledge And then like you just see the cut scene of Kurt Angle laying on the floor, his leg cocked to the side, blood coming out of his head. I thought he was dead. Oh my God. Oh,
Oh my God.
that's something
See,
I'll always come back.
This is why, because I did
I
not
know what
that until he just said it.
I know a memory that we all can remember, that we were all terrified as children. Edge spearing Mick Foley through that flaming table.
I wasn't terrified. I was like, holy shit.
I was like, wow, I could not.
I was
That
sick.
match, dude. That match in general.
Mm-hmm.
It was brutal.
I'm gonna end it on this one because this question is actually so many of them. So let's see.
Favorite Money in the Bank
Money in the Bank cash in, bro?
Oh, the one on John Cena. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking, bro. I'm just playing. Oh God, no! I'm dead.
Mine.
But the best cash in is gonna have to be when Dean Ambrose cashed it in on Seth Rollins.
That's a good one. Mine, Dolph Ziggler cashing in on a Del Rio. That pop he got.
And before I go, speaking of that, you know, somebody really tried to tell me that the only reason Dolph got that pop was because he cashed in on Del Rio. He would have cashed in on somebody else. It wouldn't have been that big of a pop.
Nope. So let's say he cashed it on, forgive me, Cena, and he would have, and then they would have booed him out of the building, or they could have cheered him because Cena was getting booed all the time.
I don't think so. I think it still would have been cheers.
Dolph was over back then.
He was so over.
He was over. People loved him back then.
That was right still when he was on with AJ Lee and Big E.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I hate that he said it, but it's Dean Ambrose, man. That's
yes.
Getting his revenge on Seth Rollins. That's up there.
It wasn't. It's more than that too. It was on the same night.
Same night.
Not only did he cash in and win in Ohio, the same night my Cleveland Cavaliers won the NBA championship.
Bro.
And that was actually the first time that somebody I liked held the briefcase and actually cashed it in and was successful with it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You know, one Money in the Bank cash in that pissed me off was when Kane won Money in the Bank and then cashed in later on Rey Mysterio.
Is it good that I forgot about that?
The same.
Oh, I know we can all forget about this one when Jack Swagger cashed it in on Chris Jericho the night after WrestleMania.
He deserved it, but I don't think that many people cared for that one.
No, nobody cared.
No one was really
Swagger in general.
Yeah,
I think 2010 was meh. We the People sucks. It's dead and buried. It's all gone, like Jericho said.
Gone.
Oh, you mother! He said the one on Edge on the Undertaker. I was like, oh, you mother.
But all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming here. I had a lot of fun talking with you guys. This was interesting. Unlocked a little couple of memories.
Oh yeah.
Hope you guys can come back again. I'm gonna let y'all shout your stuff out before we go.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, Axel, I want to thank you for having me. I want to let you know that I really enjoy doing projects with you. I love doing collaborations. I like talking about wrestling to people that are around the United States. And I appreciate that you guys know a lot of wrestling like I do. And matter of fact, people, I'll be having a podcast actually tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Please show up. I invited Axel and Fat Boy. Hopefully Axel will be there. But I will show myself out. All right. So.
All right. Yeah. If you guys ain't doing nothing tomorrow, join that podcast. We're gonna have some fun. Talk about some interesting topics. Definitely one thing that I know he wants to talk about. I know I want to talk about is the Britt Baker that match on AEW last week. So,
definitely got to talk about that one.
But other than that, man, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for having me again, man. I had a lot of fun.
Appreciate you, bro.
All right, guys.
That was interesting. That was fun. Peace out, y'all.